Today, we are not just diving into the ancient world, we are embarking on a culinary rebellion through time. Imagine a world where the greatest battles aren't fought over land or gold, but over the basic necessities of life. Food. Picture hangry citizens of the past, their stomachs rumbling louder than thunder, as they march not towards the battlefield but towards the bakeries and markets. From the cobblestone streets of medieval Europe to the dusty roads of ancient civilizations, we are about to uncover the deliciously riotous side of history. So grab your snack of choice and make sure it's well stocked because you'll need it. And let's dive into the world of food riots. Let's kick things off in ancient Rome, where the phrase bread and circuses wasn't just a clever metaphor, but a survival strategy for emperors. Bread wasn't merely a staple, but the glue holding society together. And when that glue started to crumble, so did the peace. Picture this. In 102 BC, a severe grain shortage hits, and suddenly the streets are filled with toga-clad protesters, their chants echoing off the marble columns, demanding their right to free bread. It was a scene of chaos, with senators scrambling, emperors sweating under their laurels, and pastries being used as bribes. Yes, you heard that right. Pastries as political currency. It's a story that proves when you mess with a Roman's carb intake, you're playing with fire. But our culinary crusade doesn't end there. Fast forward to ancient Egypt, where grain was gold, and the pharaohs were the ultimate hoarders. But what happens when the granaries are full, yet the people's bellies are empty? You get the Great Famine and the bread riots of the 21st century BC. Imagine the scene. A swarm of angry Egyptians, their hands not just raised in protest, but hurling loaves of bread at the guards. It was a carb-loaded uprising, a testament to the power of the people and their baking skills. Now, let's teleport to Mesopotamia, where the city of Larsa becomes the epicenter of the barley rebellion. Yes, you heard that right. In 1800 BC, a shortage of barley had the citizens up in arms, demanding their share of the grain. It's a tale of economic disparity, of elites versus the masses, with a clear message: share the wealth or we'll share our wrath. It was about more than just food. It was a fight for fairness, a battle baked into the very foundation of their society. But let's sprinkle some humor into our historical feast with a detour to 13th century Nottingham, England, for the infamous cheese riot. Picture the scene. Local merchants wake up one morning to find their cheese under siege, not by rats, but by their own customers. It was a cheddar chaos, with cheese wheels rolling down the streets, used as projectiles, barricades, and yes, even snacks for the rebellious. It's a story so bizarre it's hard to believe it's not a Monty Python sketch. And now, for a rapid-fire round of bonus food riot facts. 1. The potato peeler rebellion of 17th century France, because sometimes it's the small things that spark the biggest uproars, revealing the depth of societal frustrations and desires for change. 2. The sugar riots of 18th century London, where sweet treats became the centerpiece of public dissent. It's not just a sugar rush, it's a rush for justice, showcasing the bitter truths behind sweet luxuries. 3. The rice riots of 19th century Japan proved that a grain of rice could tip the scales of power, demonstrating how basic needs can drive significant social upheaval and reform. 4. The salt riot of 17th century Russia, a salty saga of taxation gone wrong, illustrated the corrosive effects of oppressive policies on the bonds between ruler and ruled. 5. The milk wars of 1970s California, where dairy farmers turned highways into rivers of milk in a creamy crusade for fair prices, underscored the struggle for economic equity in agricultural sectors. And there you have it, folks. From the ancient streets of Rome to the dairies of California, food riots have shaped our history in ways both profound and peculiar. They remind us that when it comes to fighting for what's right, or what's for dinner, the human spirit is indomitable, resourceful, and sometimes downright hilarious. So the next time you sit down to eat, remember the battles fought over that very meal, and maybe, just maybe, pass the bread with a little more appreciation. Remember, folks, history isn't just about the battles fought with swords and shields. It's also about those fought with loaves, cheese wheels, and potato peelers. Knowledge is power, but a well-fed population is an empire's strongest foundation. Stay curious, stay fed, and until next time, keep rioting. But, you know, peacefully and with snacks at hand. While you are at it, please share this video with family members and friends, and consider subscribing to our channel for more interesting content in history.